Fred Moore here once again, remembering names. Remembering names. This used to be such a difficult thing for me, and it's an important thing, important skill to have, remembering people's names. Not just for the obvious, but for the social aspect of it, because a person's name is the most important thing to them, isn't it? I mean, you can pick out your name on a list of names like that. Right? When somebody's talking and you hear somebody goes, Fred, and you're like, what? Huh? What? Well, you probably don't do that, unless your name is Fred. Good to see you. But yeah, it happens. You hear a name and you're like, oh, right. Then your name is the most important thing to you. It's very special. It's your name. It's who you are. It's your identity. I know it's not all that, but it's still pretty important. Your name and somebody else's name is really important to remember. Obviously, you remember your name, right? Yeah. But the other person's name, when you forget somebody's name that you've just met, or maybe somebody you've known for a while, what that says to them is, you're not that important to me. You're not important enough for me to remember your name. So, now if you're in a networking situation and you've just met this person and you forget their name, doesn't give a good impression, does it? Now, granted, if it's one of those situations, it's probably not that vital. You can be forgiven. Oh, well, we just met. Of course, he forgot my name, right? Most people don't pay attention. Hi, I'm Fred. How you doing? And then 30 seconds later, you can ask them, what's my name? And they'll be like, I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention because I didn't know you were important enough for me to remember your name yet, right? Happens all the time, right? You meet somebody and you realize, oh, this is somebody I really want to get to know. And you start thinking, I forgot their name. Oh, do I have to ask again? Yeah. Well, here are a few things that you can do to remember somebody's name. As soon as you get their name, pause. Pause for just a moment after hearing their name. Give it a beat. You can introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Fred. You are Bill. Just Bill, and then pause. Don't say anything else. Don't think of what you're going to say next. Don't go right into your sales pitch. Bill, blah, 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 because then you don't care about this person. Pause. Bill. Okay. Then the next thing that you want to do, in the next 30 seconds, in the next 15 seconds, if you can, you want to repeat their name at least 3 times. At least 3 times repeat their name. Not in a creepy way. Bill, 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 Bill. No. Say the name, pause. Bill. Okay, it's great to meet you, Bill. Where's Bill from? I don't know. I get Bill for you all the time. It's Bill's. I don't know. Repeat their name at least 3 times, right? Bill. Pause. And then 2 or 3 more times. Well, Bill, it's great to meet you, Bill. I got a cousin named Bill. See, I just said it there in a very natural way. Again, not in a creepy way, but just in a natural way. When I'm performing, when I'm presenting at a conference, I talk to people in the audience a lot. I get them to interact with my keynote and performance as well. And it's important for me to remember their name because I'm going to refer back to them later on in the show. And it's not like, hey, what's your name again? I forgot. So this is a technique I started using during my show. I get their name and I immediately repeat their name at least 3 times. Bill, okay. Now what we're going to do, Bill, is next I'm going to have you pick a card. Bill's picking a card over here, people. I know. See, I'm repeating in a very natural way. When you're in a social situation, it's easy to repeat somebody's name at least 3 times. That's going to help lock it into your brain, so hopefully you won't forget their name. And then, keep using their name. Use their name throughout the conversation. Again, don't overuse it because then you're just being, I don't know, creepy. You know, Bill, so Bill. You know, Bill, I was thinking, Bill, hey, Bill. All right, then you're just kind of, it's too much. Just keep using their name and it's going to come naturally. All right, it's going to come naturally. That's great, you know. Yeah, and say, you know, I'm gonna call my friend. I'm gonna say, you know, I met this guy Bill today. Hey, it was great. I think you may be able to work with this guy. Just use it throughout the conversation. This does a couple of things. It locks the brain, or locks the name into your brain that much more because you're using it again and you're forcing yourself to recall it, which should be easy because you said it 3 or 4 times. It's also letting the person that you're talking to know they're important to you. You remember their name, so You are important to them. Now, they may not remember your name at this point, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. Right? They may be, I'm so sorry, I forget. Once they realize, oh, he knows my name, he knows it backwards and forwards, and I have no idea. They may be embarrassed to go, oh, I forgot your name, I'm so sorry. They go, don't worry about it. Happens all the time, right? We meet people quickly, and the name just kind of glosses over because you're trying to determine whether they're important enough to you. So obviously, I'm important enough to you that you really do want to know my name. So, hi, I'm Bill. And then you move on. Fantastic. Maybe that might be a good point to suggest they get this memory course. Hey. No, maybe not. Now, you can use some techniques to help remember their name. You can use alliteration with their name. Alliterate words with the same first letter. Your name is Bill. Bill. You're bombastic Bill. You're bawdy Bill. You're Bill the Magnificent. I don't know. Just whatever. Right? You find their name. Claire. Claire. Curious Claire. You were asking about me, weren't you? Yeah. Now you can say it out loud as a little joke, or you can say it in your head. It's better if you say it out loud. Now obviously, if it's Frank and you go, it's Fat Frank, you don't do that. That would be no. Maybe in your head you're doing that, which is, truthfully, it will help you remember this person's name because you've got an image now in your head and you can picture them. But try to do something positive instead. Alliteration, right? Super Sam. Sam the Stupendous. Stupendous Sam. Something like that. Especially if they have a unique personality. If they're bubbly, right? It's Bubbly Bill, right? I don't know. Can Bill be bubbly? Maybe he can. I don't know. So yeah, that's just a little thing that you can help to remember names. Also, what happens if you forget? Right? There are times when you're going to legit, I have no idea. I said the name 3 times, but still it didn't lock in. Now, chances are you didn't say their name 3 times because that really works, okay? But let's say you're busy and you forgot and you're like, oh man, I forgot this name. So you want to recall their name or find out their name. Several things that you can do. If you're in a networking situation, a lot of time people are wearing name tags. Now, you don't want to be obvious and go, what's your name again? Right? Especially if it's a woman. You can get in trouble. Trust me, I know. What you can do, though, is look at their name tag, because often their name tag, especially if it's like at a conference or a trade show, they have their first name is usually big, and then their last name is small, and maybe where they're from. So you can just look and go, where are you from, Bill? Because you just read their name there. So you can use their name tag, right? Glance at it and go, how do you spell your last name? Now if it's just one name on there, there's not much that you can do. You can do this, blatantly look at the name tag and go, what color did you use to write your name on that name tag? Oh, black. Okay. They had some blue and red there, and I thought, who would use blue or red on a name tag? Because I use black. Right? You're just making up an excuse for looking at their name tag. Are you lying? Yeah, kind of, sort of, sure, maybe. But you're trying to save face. Not necessarily embarrassment for you because you forgot their name, but an embarrassment for them. Because again, if you tell them, I forgot your name, you're telling them you're not important to me. And you don't want somebody to feel unimportant, do you? No, you don't. That's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is ask them their name again. Well, wait a minute, aren't you embarrassing them now? No, this is what you do, right? You go, I'm sorry, what was your name again? They go, Bill. No, your last name. Now, what I just did there is, again, kind of a little lie there. They're assuming that you remembered their first name. You just want to know their last name. You didn't forget their first name. No, your last name. Now, I'm not saying, no, I remember your first name. I want to know your last name. That's being implied by the way you say it. No, your last name. Oh, he didn't forget my name. I'm special. I'm Bill Smith. Smith, that's right. I knew it. I forgot about that. Simple, easy to do. I'm sorry, what was your name again? No, your last name. Fantastic. Now, there is a gambit that somebody once told me that you could use is say, spell your name again for me, which is great if it's an unusual name. And sometimes those are hard to remember. A lot of times they're easier to remember because you really have to think and pronounce it. Am I saying this right? All right, Kirsten, not Kirsten, but Kirsten. That's your name. Okay, Kirsten. So you've said it a few times and you're locking it in. That can backfire on you though. If you go, I'm sorry, spell your name again. B-O-B. Bob. Okay. If you are there with a business partner at this networking event, maybe it's your spouse, your husband, your wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, whatever, your dog, not your dog. Your dog can't talk to you. I used to do this all the time. When my wife and I first got together, of course, she would meet my circle of friends. And we had this thing set up, a little code system set up. If somebody came up to, hey, Fred, how's it going, man? I'm like, hey, how are you doing? Obviously, I didn't remember their name. And if I did not introduce my wife to them, that tells her I can't remember their name. I don't know who they are. I mean, maybe I know who, I just can't remember their name. And that is her cue at some point to go, oh, by the way, my name is Adina, and you are? And they go, oh, I'm Bill. I'm like, Bill, yes, of course, Bill. Remember I told you about Bill? Yeah, me and Bill, we go way back to that thing with the place and the people, right? Remember? Yeah. That's just a simple way to cue her that I don't remember their name. Right? And this actually happened one time by accident. I knew the person. Hey, good to see you. And she's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, oh, that's a genius idea. She's very smart. She married me. Of course she's smart. Maybe not. Right. So that's a little thing that you can use to sort of trick their name out of them. You could also ask for a business card. What? Ask for a business card. Say, do you have a business card? Now, a lot of people don't have business cards anymore. I'm one of them. I need to order some because I still need them every once in a while, but not all the time. But if I get a business card from them, then obviously you're going to get it. You're going to look at it, right? You're like, oh, okay. Now, this is interesting. In Japan, it's custom that when you present a business card, you use both hands. And when you hand it to the person, they take it with both hands and they look at it and study it, right? Because this business card is very important to this other person. They've given it to you. In America, what do we do? Business card, oh, great, thanks. I'll put it in my bag. I don't even look at it. It's whatever. Yeah. So I picked up that technique in Japan because I look at the business card now and I can look at their name and the company and just now it's Bill. Okay, their name is Bill. I said, well, it's great. Thank you, Bill. Okay, this can be done at the end of the conversation when they're wrapping up, you're going away. Maybe you do want to talk to them, whatever. Business card is great. Now, what about the modern day equivalent of a business card? Why not connect with them on LinkedIn or social media or Instagram or something like that? If it's a networking thing, LinkedIn is probably the better avenue because that's a business to business kind of thing. If you're saying, let me get you on Facebook, let me hit you on Instagram, right? It might be a little bit more personal, a little bit more creepy and invasive, but it all depends on the person. But yeah, you can just say, hey, let's do this, let's connect. And then you say, here, get out your phone, pull up Facebook, look for The Fred Moore on Instagram. The Fred Moore, that's my Instagram thing. And they go, all right, now I'll hit connect, request. And then wait for the thing to come to your phone, and then bing, Bill. Now you have their name. You've got it locked in. Bill, yay, great, Bill. And maybe you don't really need to follow them on Instagram or connect. You don't want to, but you want to remember their name. And now you've got their name and how to get a hold of them if you want to. And you get another follower. So why not, right? Couldn't hurt. Simple little technique, connecting with them on social media. Now, another thing that you can do is just ask them. Just ask them again. Just go, you know what? I apologize for this. I haven't had my coffee this morning. What's your name again? Bill. Then do those techniques again. Bill. All right, hang on. Give me 1 second. Bill. Bombastic, bubbly Bill. Bill, B-I-L-L. I'm just a Bill sitting here on Capitol Hill. Now you got that bad boy locked into your brain. And by doing that in front of the person, you're anchoring that name in your brain, but you're also telling them, look, you're important. I'm making an effort here to remember your name. You're locking it in the brain, so it's not going to go anywhere ever again. Simple things you can use to remember people's names. Use them, and the next time you see me, you can be like, what was your last name again? I'm sorry.